Let's do 2 more blocks of section 3. Hey everyone, Cristin here, and we are going to continue on with our Enchanted Winter Quilt with our sponsor, Daylily Fabric Shop. So we have all of section 1 and 2 complete and sewn together, and some personalizations, fun things. And then we also have our tree, our pine tree block, and our, what was this one called? I don't remember. The floral heart, probably floral heart. So we have these 2 blocks completed from our first tutorial for section 3, and then we also have our piece corner block that we did earlier. So today I'm thinking 2 more blocks, pretty simple for the most part. Let's go ahead and check out what we need for today. So I'm thinking we start with Snowbird. Snowbird is on page 16 of our book, and you can see there's not too much in it. There's a little bit, but not too bad. So let's go ahead and go over these parts for Snowbird. So Snowbird is on page 16 of our book, and we're going to start with our main fabric. So our main fabric is directional, so check that. That's the first thing I want to point out. So it is going to be, the fabric is going to be this way, and you can see that the lines are going vertically, all right? Again, if you have yours cut the other way, that's fine too. Whatever works, it's your quilt, your way, but this is how it is shown in the book, all right? So we're going to start with this at 8.5 by 6.5 for our directional fabric. It is fabric number 6. Yep, 6. And you can see it's the white with blue stripes on it. And make sure to back this with fusible stabilizer as always for your main fabric. All right, so 8.5 by 6.5 for our main fabric. And then we have some applique pieces. And I didn't already take a look at these, so let's just start. So the bird is this really pretty light blue. It's like an azure blue. So like our thread that we've been using, the azure. So this one, we're going to start with this at 4 by 3.5. I did back mine with fusible stabilizer. It's pretty optional, but it does say on this one, it says iron fusible backing to the wrong side of all fabrics except for the feathers fabric. All right, interesting. So this one, like I said, 4 by 3.5 backed with fusible stabilizer. This is for the bird body, okay? And then we have the wing. So the wing, it looks like this aqua, the light aqua, no design on it, just a light aqua silky solid. And we're going to start with this one at 2.5 by 3, all right? 2.5 by 3 backed with fusible stabilizer. This is for the wing on our bird. All right, and then we have the feathers. So the feathers, this is the one it said not to stabilize. And I did mention this in my prep video. I don't know why we're not stabilizing it. It does have a decorative stitch on the outline of it, but I don't know. I'm just telling you what it says in the book. So don't stabilize is what it says in the book. So this one we're going to start with that 3 by 2.5. 3 by 2.5, not backed with fusible stabilizer. And it's the teal silky solid. All right, no design on it. And then that's it. That's all the fabrics that we have for this one. So then we're going to quilt it. So we're going to need some batting. So our batting today is going to be 5 by 7. It's really 7 by 5. All right, 7 by 5 on your batting, because that block is going sideways. 7 by 5 for the batting. And then for our quilting today, we're going to use Winter 8. That's the one, it's snowflakes basically, right? Like pretty specific snowflakes. It's a little different. Anyway, Winter 8, we're going to use it in a 4 by 6 quilting design. Winter 8 in 4 by 6. All right, and that's all we need for this one. Let's see, no special cut instructions. Nothing about why we're not stabilizing that bird. I don't see a button or anything to include on it, so I don't know. That's okay. It'll work out just fine having it not stabilized. All right, so that one is the Snowbird. That's our first block for today. And then I'm going to do 2. You have the option of doing them separately. You have the option of doing this all at your own pace, but I'm thinking that we can fit 2 in one hooping, so why not? That's what I'm thinking. So I would like to do the ice skates next. So this is it's the same size block as this other one, so it makes sense to put them together. So ice skates, it's on page 26 of our book. Let me turn to that real quick. Oh, and there's like almost nothing in there, so it looks like a pretty easy one today. So, all right, ice skates. So grab your packet, grab all your stuff out of your packet. I see that there is clear vinyl in here, so make sure to note that. I've had where I put it in my packet and then it's just gone because it looks just like the packets, right? So it could be hidden in there. So check that if you're missing your clear vinyl, and we'll go over that in just a minute. All right, so our main fabric is also that same white with blue stripes fabric. And again, you can see that the stripes are going vertically. And we are going to back this with fusible stabilizer. So our main fabric, we're going to start with that 8.5 by 6. 8.5 by 6 for your main fabric, and make sure to back it with fusible stabilizer and check the direction. All right, so mine are going vertically. That's how it has it in the book, but you can have it however works for you. 8.5 by 6.5 for our main fabric. And then we have the skates. So the skates is this teal silky solid, no design on it, just plain, and backed with fusible stabilizer. Let's see, iron fusible backing to the wrong side of both fabrics. So both, meaning the main fabric and the ice skate fabric. All right, so this is going to be 5.5 by 3.5 for the skates fabric. 5.5 by 3.5 backed with fusible stabilizer. All right, that's for the ice skates, the main part of the ice skates. And then we have the clear vinyl. So the clear vinyl is going to be 5.5 by 3.5. I do have mine still in the little packet. It makes it a little bit easier to see if you keep it that way. This is something that came in the embellishment kit. So check your embellishment kit for that. It's going to be over the top, which will make them look like skates, right? I think that'll be really fun. So 5.5 by 3.5, obviously not stabilized or anything like that. Leave it just as is. And we'll have to be careful when we're ironing our fabrics now that we have this clear vinyl on there. All right, so 5.5 by 3.5, and that's it for that. So then we're going to quilt it. So we need our batting. So our batting on this one is going to be 5 by 7. This looks smaller to me. I don't know, but I'll check it to make sure. 5 by 7 for your batting. All right, and then we are going to quilt this one with geometric 13. Geometric 13 in a 4 by 6 vertical design. 4 by 6 vertical geometric 13. All right, and let's see, anything special? Let's see. Nope, nothing special. So we're gonna trim it up as usual using our pop rollers or whatever works for you. So 2 blocks. I'm gonna bring you over to the computer and see what we can fit in one hooping and what size hoop is needed. And again, you can always do these separately, do them at 2 different times, whatever works for you. But I'm thinking 2 today is pretty doable, especially because there's not a whole lot of applique pieces. Hey everyone, I'm at my computer now and I'm going to quickly show you how to put these 2 blocks in one hooping if you choose. It will depend on your hoop size. This is a little bit bigger one, so let's just see what will fit. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to open up Embellishment Essentials. That is the embroidery software that I teach. And if you haven't purchased this yet, there's a link in the video notes. I'll add a link up at the top that you can just click on that, choose Embellishment Essentials, and I'll walk you through it step by step. So I'm on my 6 by 10 hoop. That's not going to be big enough. So both of these are, let's see, the quilting design, that's really what I go by when I'm determining hoop size. The quilting design is 4 by 6 on both of these. So actually, I think we could do an 8 by 12 and turn them. Even 7 by 12. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do my 7 by 12 hoop and try that out and see what works. So a 6 by 10, you could do a 6 by 10, except that 6 inch you would have to take out steps 3 and 4 of the quilting, but I've shown you lots of times how to do that, so that's very doable. All right, so I'm gonna change my hoop size. So you can see your hoop size right down here on the bottom. So I'm going to go up to this preferences folder and I'm going to choose my 7x12 hoop and say okay, and then come up to this compass button, click on H for hoop, and it zooms into the hoop. All right, and then we want to bring in the quilting design. So I'm going to open up a folder and navigate to where I have my my folder, Enchanted Winter, and the quilting designs. And this one we have Winter 8 in a 4x6. Winter 8 embroidery files, Pez, and I want a 4x6 right there. So grab that and just move it over. That will be pretty. This is for the snowbird block. So that's the first one. I'm going to shrink that down. And while I'm here, I'm going to show you the other way of doing it today so that so you have other options. All right, so on this one, I'm going to go ahead and open this up and change the colors right now so I don't forget. So I'm on 1-1 and come into this properties window. You can see I got to click on the color tab and then click on the color, and I'm going to choose Oriental Blue. All right, and then 1-2, click on the color, and I'm going to choose the first color that comes up for me. That's pumpkin. Say okay. 1-3, click on the color, and I don't want Oriental Blue because I already used that. I'm going to use the second color down, and I'm going to go for Bluebird. Say okay. And then 1-4, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Jubilee. And then 1-5, we'll probably use the same quilting color on both of these since they're both the same fabrics, but I don't know for sure, so I'm going to wait. I like to be able to make that decision when I'm sitting at my machine and I can see all the parts. So I'm going to click on 1-5, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Sprout. All right, so that's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the second one, which is for the ice skate block. This one is done. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this design and I'm going to rotate it while I'm here. So this blue arrow here, I'm going to click to the left, and then you have to click outside. Once you move it, you have to click back on the block to be able to move it up. So I'm just using my up arrow key on my keyboard, bringing it up toward the top. All right, good. And that one is ready. Now I'm going to bring in the next one. I'm going to open up that folder again. And the next one was Geometric 13. So I'm going to go back. Let's see. Quilting Bundle, Geometric 13, Embroidery Files, Pez. And this one I want a 4x6 in vertical. 4x6 vertical right there, Geometric 13. All right. Close that folder so it's out of our way, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change the colors while I'm here again. So I'm going to click on 2-1, click on the color, and I'm going to change it. Now don't forget, you have the colors right up here. Excuse my computer, all those messages I told you about. So I'm going to click on the first color that comes up for me, which is Oriental Blue. And if you forget the colors that you've used, come up here and you can see them in the objects window. All right, because I want them to join, so I want to make sure to use the same colors except for that quilting design. So then 2-2, click on the color, I want pumpkin. 2-3, click on the color, and I want Bluebird. And then 2-4, click on the color, I want Jubilee. And then 2-5, click on the color, and I want Sea Mist. I'm not going to do the same color, I'm coming down a color so that it does not join. All right, so that one is done as well. I'm going to click on that design, and I'm going to rotate it. Use the left or the right arrow key, it doesn't matter. Click outside so nothing's selected, then click back on that quilting design, and I'm going to use my down arrow key to bring it down. And we have plenty of room for our fabrics. There shouldn't be any overlap, I doubt. So it should be all good. All right, so our quilting designs are ready. I could go ahead and join them now. If I do that, then I have to do a different setup than what I had planned. So I'm not going to. I'm going to just bring it in. All right, so 1 and 2 are done. I'm going to close them up so I see what I've got. Now I want to bring in that snowbird. So I'm going to open up my folder and go back to my files. And let's see, final folder, right there's my designs, embroidery files, Pez, and we want the 5x7 snowbird. 5x7 snowbird right there. So click on him and he will go to the center. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate him. So I'm going to click on just the snowbird and I'm going to rotate him to the right with this little blue arrow key here. Click outside so nothing's selected. And then I'm going to click on that bird and I'm just going to bring him up here. And I don't need to worry about placement right now. We'll move him to be correct. We'll do an align and distribute. So you can see all these robin eggs and Halloween. So that's why I was thinking if we had done the quilting, if we had done a color sort just with the quilting, that there's parts of it that would have been quicker and parts of it that would not. So these robin egg and Halloween, these are all applique pieces. And if we did not change the colors, those will join. And we don't want that for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just change them real quick. So I'm going to leave, let's see, do I have robin egg? No, I have bluebird. I remembered something about a bird. All right, so I'm going to leave robin. Oh, Halloween, though. We do have Halloween. No, pumpkin. Okay, so I'm going to leave the first robin egg in Halloween, and I'm going to come down to 3-3, and I'm going to change the color in the properties window. So I don't want robin egg. I'm going to go with grotto blue. All right, and then 3-4, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Mars. All right, and then we've got 2 more that are robin eggs and Halloween. So those are more placement and tack down stitches. So 3-5, click on the color, and I'm going to use the third color down. For me, that's Brittany Blue. And then 3-6, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Sun-Kissed Peach. And then we have Aquamarine and Default Pink, Brown Linen, and Azure Pale Mist Hickory. So we should be okay. This one is all good. We got to see what's in the next one. All right, so that one is all good. So I'm going to click on number 1 and then hit the control button on my keyboard and click on number 3. So that's the first quilting design and the snowbird design. And I'm going to go up here to Utility, Align and Distribute. And I'm going to say Center, Center to line that up. And watch the bird will move. Click Apply and see he went down a little bit. All right, so now we know he's centered in the hoop, and that was our goal. So he's all good. All right, and then I'm going to bring in the next one. We've got our snowbird. The next one is the ice skates. So I'm going to go back to my folder, and we've got the snowbird. We want the ice skates. 5x7 ice skates right there. Click on that, drag it over. All right, and I'm just closing that folder so it's not in our way. I'm going to click on those ice skates and I'm going to rotate it with this blue arrow key. If you click on anything by mistake, don't forget there's always this undo button. All right, so we've got that one done. I'm clicking outside so nothing is selected. I'm going to click back on those skates and I'm just going to bring it down. It does not need to be exact because we're going to do an align. So it's not a problem at all. Just bring it in that window. If you were to leave it up here, then it will move the box to the skates. And then that's fine too, but then you'd have to move it again. So if you bring it within the box, that's helpful. All right, so we've got Robin Egg, Halloween. So we have that already. So we have to, let's see, Robin Egg and Halloween. I don't know if it will join them because they're in a different design. It might though. I'm going to go ahead and just change them. I don't want to chance it. And then we also have the brown, hickory, and aquamarine. I think we already had those too. Brown, hickory, what was the other one? Aquamarine. So we've got all of these. So I'm going to just change all of these. I don't want to chance it. The problem would be that it would group parts that we don't want grouped. So I'm just going to change them. It takes just a second. So I'm going to click on 4-1, click on the color, and we've already got Robin Egg. We've already got Grotto Blue. I think did we have Brittany Blue? I don't remember. I'm going to go ahead and click on Brittany Blue for now and I'll check it. Let's see. There it is, Brittany Blue. We had Brittany Blue, so I need to change that again. So I'm going to click on 4-1. I'm going to go down to Mercury. All right, and then 4-2, click on the color, and we already used Mars and Sun-Kissed Peach, so I'm going to use Peach. Say okay, and then the Aquamarine, click on the color, and I'm going to choose Zaffrey because we've already got Aquamarine in our other one. All right, and then default brown. I don't think we had that. Let's just, there is a default 14 brown, or there's, oh, that is a default 14 brown, same thing. So I'm going to change that color. I'm going to choose ocean. That's the first color that comes up for me. And then hickory. So those of you, I know there are some people that really like the thread colors to say when they're at their machine. And these are the colors, some of the colors that we are going to use. So you may not want to change them. That's up to you. I am, because I don't want them to join. So that's the key, is I want parts to join and parts not to join. So that's why I'm changing the colors. So I'm on 4 or 5, click on the color, and I'm going to choose shadow. All right. And then just quick look to make sure we don't have anything else that's going to join. Nope, this all looks good. We'll always check it out at the end anyway, so we'll be fine. Okay, so now I want to click outside so nothing's selected. I'm going to choose number 3, click outside so nothing's selected, choose number 2, quilting design, and then hit the control button on your keyboard and click on number 4, design. That's the ice skates. And I'm going to go to utility, align and distribute. And I'm going to say center, center, and watch, this should move a little bit. All right, went down and to the right just a bit. All right, so now we know that those are both centered within their hoop. This is all good. We need to do a color sort. I think that says 28 down here. You can probably see it a little better than me because my software goes right over that corner. So I'm going to go to utility, color sort. And things. Don't forget to have these same settings that I have to get the same results that I'm having. And it says that it's reduced it by 4 color changes, which makes sense. That's the 4 parts of the quilting design. So click New View. And then we're going to just make sure that it did everything that we want it to do. And if it didn't, we come back to this previous tab. So this previous tab has our 4 designs, whereas now in this new tab, they're all in 1 design. All right, so placement for our batting. Tack down for our batting, placement for our main fabric, tack down for our main fabric, first quilting design, second quilting design, and then we start on the applique for the bird body, the tack down for that, and the placement and tack down for the wing, and the placement and tack down for the feathers. Is that what they're called? Feathers? And then start on the decorative stitch and the beak. That's a pink. That's funny. It says default pink and it's definitely like an aqua color. Then the little details on the flower, what are those called? The feathers. Excuse the car going by. And then the little detail on the bird and the satin stitch of the bird and the satin stitch of the wing and his eye. What is this? All right, so then we come down to the skates, and I assume this is the placement for the skate fabric and the tack down for the skate fabric, and then the satin stitch of that, the skates, and details, and more details. Oh, this one was probably the skates. I don't know what it is. We'll see. It's hard to tell with this tiny little picture here. We'll see it better once we get it to the screen, but we know that it's separated and that's what we need. All right, so this is all perfect. That was very easy to do, and you got to see how before yesterday we put them all in the center, whereas today we put them in place and then did an align and distribute and just changed the color. So 2 different ways of doing the same outcome, and it looks great. So I'm going to do a file, save stitch file as, and I'm going to name this bird skates, but I'm going to first put in my hoop size 7 by 12. 7 by 12 bird skates. Save. And I'm going to send it to my machine, utility, Wi-Fi to brother. I'm going to change the name here because my machine really likes to have a name. And I'm going to say 7 by 12 bird skates. So it doesn't like to have any spaces in here, just so you know. If I hit a space, it dings on my computer. So I'm going to say okay, and it should send to my machine. Yay, sent to machine. I'm all ready to get stitching. Let's go ahead and get started. my shirt today. I made this one last year and I did a whole tutorial on it. So if you're looking for another shirt tutorial, here's one for you. This one has the gnome in a hot cocoa cup. How cute is that? Perfect for winter. And it says it's snuggle up gnomies. It's cold outside. How cute is that, right? So I did this one as a tutorial, and you can even see it on, I think Tattered Stitches I think is where I got the design. I'll add a link underneath the video, but it's even on their website, so they incorporated my tutorial into their website, so you can see it there. And the sweater is a great sweater. This one is from Amazon. It's got a hood. It is a little bit longer on me because I have a short torso, but it's a pretty good fit. It's roomy. Let's say that it's very roomy. So it's a little bit bigger. I'm pretty sure I got a small, but it still is a little bit big on me. So it's a good sweater, especially for winter when you want to be cozy and comfy, right? This one's very nice for that. And it's such a cute, fun design. And we did it together as a tutorial. So I think other people have this one as well. So I will add all the information underneath this video in the video notes of where I got the design and where I found the sweater as well. A link for that too. And how are you doing with your goal? I haven't done anything toward my goal today. I've been working all day nonstop today, so I have not done a workout yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to make it happen. I figured out that to get 75 miles in 30 days of November, that's doing 2.5 miles every single day. Like no matter what, every single day I need 2.5 miles. So there was one day a few days ago that I only got like 1.87 miles because I just went for a walk, didn't have a lot of time. And so the next day I did like 5.5 miles. So I made up for it. So that's my goal, is to stay on top of it and not get too far behind. So working my goal for sure, doing good. And my other goal of less hand holding, oh my gosh, this group is wonderful. I'm so thankful for this group. So there was a gal that didn't include all of her information. There's always a few people that don't include all the information, and then I have to like track them down, and I feel like I'm hounding people like, I need this information to be able to send you the freebie. And so she sent another donation, a small donation, just to be able to include all the information that I needed. Like, that's so sweet and so thoughtful, and it made me smile. Like it's so kind and so generous when people make a donation to the channel, and yet when they include all the information, I'm like, yay. Because it saves me time. So I'm just so thankful for this group. Everybody's jumping through the hoops and doing all the things that we need to do to be able to keep me working on the tutorials. And that's the goal for all of us. You know, I get so many messages and so many things pulling me away from the tutorials. And yet the group is helping so much now with that, like hugely helpful. And there's days where I want to pull all my hair out. It's just overwhelming. And then there's days today, like, it's been great. I've had super productive day. I've been working nonstop all day today, and it's perfect. I'm so thankful that I have that opportunity so that I don't fall behind, because my family's coming soon. And so I want to be able to get ahead of the game so that I can enjoy my family when they're here. And I'm so excited. So we'll have some downtime, and it's going to work out. And hopefully we'll get us close enough to that goal before that happens. And so it's going really well. I mean, we're really jamming along on this project. I know a lot of people are starting to feel like it's difficult and falling behind, but there will be catch-up days. There absolutely will be catch-up days, so don't worry. So the big point is to enjoy the process. Those videos are always going to be up. You can always work on your own timeline. Just enjoy the process. All of us, myself included, I need to enjoy the process. So I'm doing good with my goal, and I want to hear about your goal and how you're doing.